Hi again, everyone. It's 4 o'clock in New York. America once again forced to grapple and process another frightening incident of potential political violence in our country, as well as big and important questions about how we protect our president. After a gunman was able to get close to Donald Trump for the third time in less than 2 years, this time it was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Jeanine Pirro, and FBI Director Kash Patel held a press conference in the last hour about the shooting. Watch.
This was an attempted assassination of the President of the United States, with the defendant making clear what his intent was. And that intent was to bring down as many of the high-ranking cabinet officials as he could.
This one hits a little differently. We were all there. Many of you were there. Many of you watching were there as well. All of us on there put us in a unique position, but all of us also acted uniquely.
We are investigating this matter fully. We will apply the law fairly, and we will ensure that accountability is swift and certain. But we also should recognize what did not happen. Law enforcement did not fail. They did exactly what they are trained to do. This was not an accident. It was the result, as we know now, of preparation. But the men and women who protected us that night were trained, professional, and had an enduring commitment to the rule of law.
The suspect is 31-year-old Cole Allen. He's a tutor and engineer from California. He appeared in court earlier today, where he's now facing 3 charges. They are attempted assassination of the President of the United States, transportation of a firearm and ammunition across state lines, and discharge of a firearm during a crime of violence. The government is seeking life in prison and says more charges could be coming. The New York Post obtained over 1,000 words attributed to the suspect. They lay out his alleged motives for the shooting. It contains apologies to his parents, colleagues, and students. It also lists so-called rules of engagement with the Secret Service agents, guests, and Trump administration officials, making it clear the administration officials were his primary targets. One person, a Secret Service agent, was shot in his bullet-resistant vest. He was not seriously injured, fortunately. Outstanding questions remain, though, about just how this gunman was able to get so close to the president after the suspect was able to make it to the top of a staircase near the ballroom where Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and members of the cabinet and journalists from all across the country, including from this news organization, were gathered. MS Now's Carol Leonnig was at the dinner Saturday, and she reports this about security. Quote, unlike at major national special security events known as NSSEs, there were no specially trained counter-assault agents on standby to stop a breach or a person with a weapon. The dinner is not considered an NSSE, which triggers a higher, almost militaristic level of protection and brings in security teams from across the federal government. A current Secret Service official told MS Now that the checkpoint staff was not paying close attention, in part because the dinner had begun at 8 p.m. and they didn't expect to be screening any additional guests. While the full picture of what happened Saturday is still coming into focus, the Trump administration quickly pointed the finger at Democrats and critics of Donald Trump for the violence. Trump also seized on the events of Saturday to demand the construction of his ballroom, which a judge has halted. Trump saying now it should proceed. Claims which were echoed by members of the Trump administration, including at that press conference we just showed you a little clip from. Donald Trump sat down yesterday for an interview with 60 Minutes about the events of Saturday. Take a look at how that went.
The so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this, quote, administration officials, they are targets. And he also wrote this, I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me. I'm not a pedophile. You read that crap from some sick person. I got associated with all stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was totally exonerated. Your friends on the other side of the plate are the ones that were involved with, let's say, Epstein or other things. But I said to myself, you know, I'll do this interview and they'll probably, I read the manifesto, you know, he's a sick person, but you should be ashamed of yourself reading that, because I'm not any of those things.
Mr. President,
and I
these
was
are
never,
the gunman's words.
Excuse me. You shouldn't be reading that on 60 Minutes. You're a disgrace. But go ahead, let's finish the interview.
That's where we start today. Former Assistant Special Agent in charge at the FBI and National Security and Intelligence Analyst for us, Michael Feinberg, is here. Plus, Senior Investigative Reporter Carol Leonnig is also here. Also joining us, Puck News Senior Political Columnist, National Affairs Analyst John Heilman joins us. And with me at the table for the hour, political analyst, former Senator Claire McCaskill is here. Carol Leonnig, how are you?
Just fine. I was scared for a few minutes, for sure, when that gunfire was, you know, just beyond the door near our table. But then we got to work. I'm really proud of the MS Now team. People scurried to report in the room, left the room to report. So I'm just fine. Thank you, though.
In a model that you model for all of us, I have it on multiple sources that that's exactly what happened, that you all jumped into, almost like muscle memory, reporting the news that night. So let's start there. Tell me what we learned in the last hour that advanced. I mean, they seem to be talking a lot. I'm not sure that some of the big unanswered questions have been answered yet, but in fairness, it is early. Just tell me your understanding of where things stand.
Yeah, good, great, broad question, but let me give you what I took from especially the news conference today. On Saturday night, the burning question was, did this guy intend to try to kill the president? His letter that he sent to his family on the evening, I believe, of Saturday night, and that was forwarded by the New London, Connecticut police to the Secret Service late that night, sure seems to indicate that his intention was Donald Trump, as he says, Trump administration officials from the top first down. And so his intention was to kill the president based on that letter, again, surfaced by the New London police and his family and sent to the Secret Service. I was told by a Secret Service source on Sunday they received that information somewhere before 11 p.m. at night, so pretty quickly after the shooting. The other important thing that I've still been trying to learn ever since Saturday night, and we still don't know Monday morning, is the Secret Service and the Justice Department are being really careful, waiting for FBI ballistics to determine who shot who. You know, the Secret Service Uniform Division officer we know was shot in a bulletproof vest and was recovering. Even Saturday night was mildly injured and was going to be fine. And we know now, newly, that the suspect, Mr. Allen, also is alleged to have discharged his weapon. Whether he shot anyone is still unclear. Secret Service sources told me yesterday, Nicole, that they believe, based on the witness accounts of the agents and the officers that were in that stairwell you've been looking at, that the UD officer began shooting at the suspect to try to stop him after he'd already gotten through the final checkpoint. And they believe that the suspect then turned around to engage that fire and try to stop it and was the person who shot the UD Uniform Division officer. Those UD officers, by the way, are the ones that always man the magnetometer screening area and try to stop this from ever happening. But the Justice Department and the FBI, I think, are being reasonably careful and conservative and not confirming what happened until they get all the casings and they get all the bullets and can say for sure what happened. It is conceivable, and I'm not saying it's true, but it is conceivable that another officer may have accidentally shot that bulletproof vest. We just don't know yet.